The main issue that we're discussing today, except for the project that we present, of course, is the cryptocurrency trend and how not to get lost in it. To concentrate, maybe to create a portfolio. But in such way to definitely make a good big result. Here the guys who are talking with us, for example, Nurlan spoke. He says a cryptocurrency platform, it means they buy a package. That means they will receive a lot of cryptocurrencies. That is, the first option is to create a large portfolio. But what's the second option? Alexander offered post-mining. This is the second option, to have a passive income. There is another option. There is some basic cryptocurrency except for Bitcoin. This is Ethereum. Maybe we'll come up with something and make an asset on some stable coin for such a large nature. How can I do that? And how did you do it? 2 words. Hello. This is a smart contract. Smart contract? Yeah. Thanks, Vitalik Buterin, for creating a platform that finally made it possible to make safe projects. Because before that, what did we have? All the money accumulates in the system. You have a beautiful check in your account, and how do you withdraw it? What can the admin do? He can do this way. There is someone too successful in your team under you, so let's rearrange him to us. You're not following the right strategy. Let's just remove you from there. What did Vitalik Buterin allow us to do? He allowed us to make a project when the administration does not keep the money. Someone brought a partner that interacted through a smart contract, and the money passed on to whom they should come. What could be better? And it does not change, and everyone sees it. In fact, yes, it has some stability, and in addition, it is generally accepted that we are now in a big hype. In a sense, hype, not a pyramid. In a sense of the hype for the project of the new cryptocurrency that has an algorithm. We talked about them yesterday. We will talk about them tomorrow. Crypto is growing rapidly, and it makes it possible to make a result quickly. Now, of course, it's more stable, but how do you make the result on cryptocurrency, which, let's say, has a certain stable price? Although this is also conditional, there can be a decline on the market. In general, how do you make tens of thousands of dollars on the base of cryptocurrency? In 2 words. This is MLM business. Everything is fixed on Ethereum. Yes, the Ethereum will grow, but everything is fixed. And if you brought one partner, all the money went to the one it should go. It does not depend on volatility. Here, everyone decides for themselves when to withdraw, hold, not hold, and so on. Yeah, well, I know that you made a good result, and not only you, but all your big team. Today we'll talk briefly with each of them. I suggest that I get to know you for now. Also, Gleb once visited us, but Gleb, yeah. Maybe first you, Lola, tell about your results in smart contracts and building a network in Forsage company briefly in 30 seconds. 23 partners, $97,000 income. Yeah, for 3 months. And I'm on the 10th place. 10th place, so you're behind? Yeah, there are members who have earned more. Gleb, who leads the development team, is our guest today. There's one interesting generalization. We talked to you yesterday about this topic. It is interesting that developers themselves, and even one of the first persons, Lola, also participated in this business, is earning less than active participants who actively join the network. How is this possible? How is it possible? It's okay, it's right, it should be so. Whoever spends more of labor resources should be rewarded more for this. Our marketing is absolutely fair and transparent. All the stages are viewed. Moreover, it is a blockchain where nothing is hiding. Any transaction, every step, every action is recorded along the blockchain forever.
Ничто не скрывается. Любая транзакция, каждый шаг, каждое действие записано в цепочке блока навечно.
As for security, cryptocurrency security is a separate issue. A lot of time can be devoted to this. As for the site itself, we are now changing the concept. We want to exclude the concept of project. We want to stick to the concept of community more. The reason for it, as I say here, because we want to follow the principle of decentralization as much as possible. Okay, good. And let me tell you one more thing. We have a version ready now. We're completing the interface. The version of the site is on IPFS technology. What does it mean? It means that the site will no longer be hosted on our server. No longer, even at that point, that will no longer be centralized. The site itself will distribute users to each other. That is, there will be no central data warehouse. Well, if you're interested, you can read about the interplanetary file system, IPFS. Yeah. In fact, I know you're such a powerful blockchain developer and specialist, but now we have a question. Is the club Solidar? We have the team leader, crypto enthusiast, who watched this video probably in the recording, of course. But the most interesting question for them is how to make money here. I think one of the members of your team will probably present this now, but I want the general statistics to be named for the project. When did you start? Yeah, so the project was launched technically on February 1st, if I'm not mistaken, but in fact, we stopped holding traffic, began to make some kind of advertising. This is about a month later, from March 1st. There was an official launch, but how much have passed? I have statistics I can show. Yes, please. Okay, let me share my screen. Yeah, for a minute, let's see the statistics from Lola. Yesterday, one of the partners of our club turned on the heat. His name is Sergey. 151,000, right? If I'm right. Okay, guys, look, this is the statistics. The project runs 119 days, in my opinion. Yeah, around 1 week ago, somebody actually made this statistic. What I want to know, you have seen a lot of marketing. For the first time, someone bought as much as possible in our project. 12's platform, that is maximum. 32 people have bought it. Usually they always promise mountains of gold at the end. We have the statistics like this, statistics of our project itself. Here we look, it was a week ago. Here is in my cert ID, here is the 64th ID. It had $179,000. I opened it, here is my check and my platform. 1 second, wait. And now he has 2014. Oh, sorry, it's not him. 1 second. Can't see anything. One moment. Wait a sec. Sorry. Screen sharing. Okay, never mind. In general, you can go to each office, to each participant. I'll tell you in few words that if a week ago this participant earned 179, now he has 250. I mean, yeah, the dynamics is growing just fantastically. This is the participant's net income. Somewhere in a month, he earned $250,000, and this amount of received transfers to his wallet. Hey guys, I'll ask a question. Since my channel is mainly investment, and in our Solidar Club, there are also a lot of people who are in favor of passive income. Also, this project is built on a smart contract. It's more like a matrix project. It means that if the person acquired a place or a platform, if he does not invite anyone, he does not earn anything, as I understand it, right? This project was created for MLM leaders. You really need to work here. And for those who really want to work, the result is stunning. The turnover that we scored in 2.5 months, $2.5 million, which were not just accumulated in the project, but were directly passed into the wallets of people. While this video was compiled and edited, the statistics came to 10 millions in a week. Now, we have more than $1 million a day for people working on a project. 6,500 people joining us daily. The turns, the gainings are fantastic. Yeah. In terms of turns, I wanted to begin with this. Before considering the technical part, how the matrices work. These are the figures for us to look at. And this is quite impressive. This is just the beginning of the project. A big promotion is planned. Gleb told me about that. Big companies are involved in this business as well. And what is this screen sharing now? And this is my personal ID. Okay, $183,000. Do you own it, or does it belong to the system? This is the project in general. This is specifically my statistics. Here you can see that I have 28 participants and $92,000 of earnings. Yeah, this is blockchain. You can see it all. You can check it. It's very open. Everything can be checked, and this is the money that have already arrived to my wallet. I also would like to add this point. For those who are afraid of such a growing pace of the project development, I want to know that Forsage has no signs of bubble. The depth of participants is not growing, but this is not an investment, so everyone is responsible for their earnings. Either he wants to work or he doesn't. No, nothing scares me, but what is the forecast? In my experience, for example, it can be so. While there is a flow of new participants, it can be so. Leaders earn money, then there is a moment when it's getting harder and harder to invite new ones, because everyone who wanted to join has already entered. It's not a scam, the project didn't close, it exists, but if there was no movement, and that's all. For those people, basically that's it, the business was stalled. What do you plan to do with this? Do you have any kind of solution? Yeah, I would like to point out that you probably had this experience on centralized projects. Such projects tend to have problems with scalability. People facing various difficulties, the project loses stability, but in our case, this is practically impossible. We have a very large path to scaling. So, therefore, guys, look at our roadmap that essentially this is just the beginning. Since we're only 3 months old and this is a long-term project, we're not in a hurry. We'll now have such development of the project, such support and such a high level that essentially it's better now. I don't know how to say it. The whole world will know about us. Every grandmother will have a crypto wallet. Okay, yeah, I will say more, friends. In our Solidar Club, I will even help you answer your questions. Yeah, I'll help you to answer. In fact, Gleb replied that scaling is developing much more now. I just watched your international chats, how everything goes faster, and most of your traffic comes from them, from international ones. And here is my answer that I would like to tell to Andre. The fact is that we earn it very often. It happens not very often, but it happens that we are in Solidary Club turn an active project into passive income. And now we will do it too, in this case with the platform, the Forsage community. How do we do this? So, since I made a decision that I am participating in this area and tomorrow I will only be creating an account, I haven't done it yet. I think that maybe even I'll do it live because it will be interesting to observe it. What will we do? There is an interesting thing here. If I understand correctly, Gleb, here you can. I choose the golden 5 yes from our club leaders. So one referral link is inserted, which will work for these first 5 people. And then I leave it. Do I understand it correct? Yes, right. Absolutely right. Starting from your 6th partner, you will have a team link that puts referrals not under you, not in the first line, but they are distributed among the members of your team, among your first line. So you help people, stimulate them, and this also helps you. Well, here is how to create a passive income here. We can do it with the help of collective efforts, the Solidary Club. So we'll launch them a club link. And in turn, how is it? How to take turns from left to right, doesn't it? One by one, in a circle, from the very first connected to the subsequent ones. And here it is generally absolutely profitable because it is beneficial for us and our team to earn. I don't put partners for myself at all. Essentially, I always give for my guys. And this is how we will create the passive income for those who don't even invite other people, correct? Yes, absolutely right. There are bits of passive income, but you should not rely on it. There are even such ones. This may be discussed the next time. It is probably the very moment to understand the technique. Let's do such a mini presentation on the slide. Who of you will do this? Today, I know that you have 2 more participants who were ready to show us all this in detail. Yeah, sure. I'll ask Ilya to explain marketing to us. All right, friends, can you hear me? Now I'd like to conclude the performance of Gleb and Lola. I'll also like to answer Andrei's question. What will happen when everyone who will wanted to join came in, and what do you do after? In fact, it's quite a newbie question. Yesterday my newcomers were the presentation and they also asked a similar question. What will you do if the planet runs out of people? Well, my question was a little different. At some point the project is very popular, the leaders are on the hype, Okay, guys, sorry, Ilya, I'll interrupt you. Why it would seem the matrix is cool? There were matrices where 100% of the money was distributed among partners. Why don't they go? Well, because the activity ends up approximately at the beginning. While the activity is there, everyone earns money. There comes at the time when everyone who wanted to register has already paid. And everyone, beginners especially, those who have no experience in invitations, they would like to invite someone that are looking at the leaders, lick their lips at the millions earned, but they cannot repeat this themselves. This is the end. And then the leaders went to the other projects and earned millions there. Yeah, the leaders went to the other projects and earned millions there. It could be, however, if we are talking right now, those who need it have come. The point here is that the increase in a colossal one, and I wonder it. I joined the platform, the development team, the development of this platform, not the first. That is Lola showed her 3D IDs, and my ID is 103437. That is, it didn't scare me because I saw a little more here. When I got acquainted with this platform, I also saw the statistics and I didn't have to explain anything. I immediately asked myself, what is that such a large number of people come here and so much money is earned? This is a tremendous figure for 3 months. Those with experience no longer think that this is a lot. And when I start looking, studying the platform, the ideological component in marketing, I realized that the guys got into the certain stream exactly.
Я понял, что ребята попали в определенную струю. То есть они прям попали в цвет в точку.
And I completely agree with Andrei in the following fact. There are lots of Matrix projects and there's such a hope. Then again, jump and run there. But this does not happen here. So what's the matter? What's the catch here? And let me open this thing. Okay, well, considering that the project is only 3 months old, it's too early to ask for the question, why is this happening? You know, I will not play a guessing game now. I will operate on personal experience, my opinion, and statistics. That's it, nothing more. You and I will not guess on the coffee grounds and so on. In addition, the guy said that the roadmap for the development of the platform is quite large. If we go to the site, the first thing that we catches our eye is that it's 100% decentralized platform. And I will tell you that this is not the first platform. I have experience with the first decentralized marketing platform. It is called Crypto Hands. Did not call it. It continues to work. But by the way, if you go to the website, it continues to work stably. It was a year ago, and you know, it had a precedent to be MLM. That's it. It never happened that the money was not stored somewhere in the system where it didn't arrive, but they were distributed immediately between the participants. And it was not some admin developer who led this. Spot did it. This is the mathematical formula, and it is a smart contract. As Lola said, we thank Vitaly Buterin precisely for this technology. Ethereum today is the second cryptocurrency in the world in terms of demand, cost, and etc. We entered the project as a team. Under me, there were 15,500 participants. It really made a big noise. Then other projects went. Why didn't it shoot? Because the marketing was ill-conceived. My whole team went deep, and because of this, I didn't make so much money. From the depths, the money simply stopped flowing, but the demand went. That is somewhere in my country. There are Kazakhstan leaders who are already somewhere. I have already stopped monitoring where it goes, who is developing there, and so on. Then the project Million Money came that is already binary. It is more elaborate with an ideological component. By the way, Forsage appeared from the creator of Million Money. Gleb is the developer of the marketing platform. There is already a refined marketing. I also participated there. My team is still working. A year later, Andrei, I can enter it right now, show you my personal cabinet, and show that I have a team now. While I don't know them anymore, I don't know who these guys are, that's real. But what are they doing there? They continue to develop further and payments come to me. That's it. All statistics are also displayed from smart contracts. Okay, guys, immediately, here is the question. You say all is on smart contracts, everything is transparent. This site a million money is located on the hosting. What if the creator of this website just get tired of paying for hosting? What will happen to your cabinet then? I've already answered this question. We're now transferring Forsage to IPFS. We already have a mirror website. If you're interested, I can show. But so far, it's not yet 100% ready, and not all the functionality is displayed. This website works without a server. It lives in the cloud. Visitors of the site support it themselves. And this is the centralized location and storage of the data, IPFS technology. In the same way, when we complete Forsage, we transfer in full, we'll deal with other projects. Well, it will be introduced precisely in Forsage, but let's say with the Million Money project, as I understand, if the admin wants, he can cut down the size itself and that's it. At the moment, yes. However, when there is an IPFS version, it will be impossible. The creators of this technology themselves say that there is one such vulnerability on the internet that the data is not stored forever. They came up with a solution to fix it. Thanks, Andrew, for the question. Well, as you see, there are payments. The last payment was on 28th day. I expect that on 7th day. Here, there is such a nuance in this marketing platform that what is finalized in Forsage. Here you have to buy a level again every 100 days. Well, like this, there are monthly purchases to support activity, right? Yeah, you're right. Why did I give an example here? You can see I've lost profits. I registered and scored on the project and so on. That is, I launched the team. The guys went to work and I did not pay for the level further. Then I go in, look, 180 payments flew past me. That is, I paid levels and now I have the following payments. This is the 13th 03rd in general. Soon I expect a good lure. Then you can write to me, I will show you. By the way, it's a disadvantage of the platform that there are monthly payments. I didn't come here to show statistics, more precisely, not only to show it. Well, wait, why do you think is a disadvantage? On the contrary, it seems to me people in your structure are paying. You're getting income from this, right? On the one hand, yes, we can take my example when I just forgot about this direction. I missed 180 payments. I figured it out. It was about $3,000 past me, but not really. See what the joke is. In fact, everything interesting here on this website. Now, the total numbers of participants is 520,175. That is 500,000 people already exceeded, and they are constantly increasing. Well, look, within 24 hours, 5,600 new participants have joined. Yes, correct. This is not a made-up statistics. To me, that was the most important point, to see where the payments really take place. I checked it right away, and we talked with Gleb. Gleb, are you make up these statistics? In fact, all these transactions can be viewed under a smart contract. It's almost impossible to fake a smart contract. There are only 526,000 accounts, so they are constantly active. 500,000 in Million Money. If we take Forsage, well, the project is almost a year old. Then we take the statistics of 183,000 here, but let's now compare it to the money we earned. There are 118,000. We have Ethereum and here I see 45,000. Correct. That is more than a half of what we have earned already. And due to what? When I received this information, no one called me or invited me. I just heard a brief presentation of statistics and began to study marketing. So what's the point? The point is the guys created on the marketing platform on the basis of matrix marketing, an ideal scheme where the matrix work. I worked in a matrix projects before. I worked in a trainer one and worked in a binary one. If the old comers remember the formula of money, projects like this is such a project. I participated in a 6-place matrix and generally the progenitor of all matrices. I also found such directions. I believe that the 6-place matrix 4/x4 is perfect. Everything else is from the evil. the hybrids they come up with here, they have the best. It's easy. People come, start screaming, face insurmountable problems, such as they don't get money. As I had in the crypto hands some other points, here they have done it in a cool way. Why? Because the Forsage X3 matrix still works simultaneously here. They work simultaneously. At some point, it is already possible for the participant to choose which matrix to participate in, which level to buy. However, here's incentive is constantly going on that it works on two at the same time. It's fun that exactly this formula and it's how to be screened. In my opinion, it is the deal for the matrix and the ideal financing tool where people make money, because a six-placed matrix works like a team building. Well, for example, Vitaly says only five people fill the matrix, but simultaneously these five people will come here in Forsage X3. Forsage X3 essentially works as a referral. Only your Forsage X3 people get here. You connected five people, three people registered here. The first payment goes to you, the second personally from the invitee goes to you, and the third goes immediately to the investor. That is, the matrix is closed, you come a free sell to your hire curator. Don't get into a free sell in the admin account wherever they want. There are such matrix projects. I will not call them, but they exist. And the guys have already complied to me, and it means the matrix chaos is presented in the market. However, in this smart contract, there are no payments for your personal account, although the money is then invested by the developers. Okay, I won't take your time. I'm already touching on the philosophical side about money. It works as your personal referral, but it already works as a team. For example, if I stood here, I invited Vitaly, Andrei, for example, another participant, then this participant, he stands up and beneath me in the same way, the money flew to Vitaly, the second participant. And the third, these participants, if activated, then it is a passive income. An element of passive income is present, but it is present from work, team interaction. Look, here is the matrix was closed. Here was closed. About 6 people got up. Here is the 6th payment. This is going to reinvest. Accordingly to the matrix, it's also going to archive just like that. You have it created with the free sale of your hire curator again. Catch a thought? Please write in the chat, friends. Andrei, do you understand? Not really. Not really. I have a general idea of the matrices. I participated in some, but not so directly, because the scheme is approximately repeated by history from time to time. While the matrix is live, there is a movement, people are entering. Then all this slows down, and already the leaders are hammering on the old matrix. Even you are showing me now million money, there was a project, there is a team there, but you say now we have a project million money, but we are not promoting it anymore, we are promoting Forsage. In 6 months, you will come up with another project and go to promote it again. Sorry, can I correct you here? Million Money showed itself perfectly as an incubator, like a mentor. People actually go through it and it is easily to invite to. The first 3 steps of Million Money are given well. There was an earning power. It is recognized that it's not very high, but here it is a more profitable option. Okay, by the way, how do you explain why with fewer users there are much more payments? How do you explain this? It's quite simple, Andrei. There is a simple team loop. Money does not go far from you. These checks do not go deep. They do not go far. Also, these dApps also quickly returns you money. The larger the team, the fastest is spread. It will give you a simple example.
чем больше у вас команда, тем быстрее идет вот это распространение.
So I have opened an account, but you can go to any ID in your account, see statistics to pick. Look, ID 36053. He has only 3 personal invitees. Now he has income in 55,000. And why? Now, if we click, for example, here, we'll look at this ID 36202 here too. In fact, probably one, maybe several, these two participants may have made all of this cash, despite the fact that they have almost bought all the platforms. But what does it mean? He connected a very active participant who generates profit for him. The matrix closed. He again returned to it in a free sell. The matrix closed. Return to a free sell. An active participant makes a profit. I never orient anyone to matrix data, but if we look in PDF in detail, I'm probably quickly speaking now. I won't immediately convey the whole idea. I need to study, delve into. However, the matrix is very well built here. The guys really based on exactly the experience of Million Money, other platforms, and they launched. At some point, they came with some kind of consensus which is suitable for many participants and which comes to work. In fact, it's not necessary here to develop it as a matrix. For example, now I connect a team that has their own educational community on the platform on which they work. They use the matrix as a wallet of this community. They do not take money from themselves. They say, guys, enter to our educational community, cost that much. You contribute a certain amount of money, but they don't go to me. They are distributed among the participants. It turns out they use Forsage as a marketing, right? Yes, like a wallet, such a community, at first, there are participants. If I'm a coach, Vladislav Ganpach, they pay me money, it makes so much sense to make my client invent even 10, 20 people to me. And if he has a motivation, a certain marketing tools, then he will do it. He will beat his code amount and can earn $55,000. I invited 3 networkers. One of them got an idea. Now, I will show you my cabinet. Here, the Forsage marketing platform is synchronized with the Ethereum wallet or Trust wallet. These are recommended wallets. I click the automatic login. I don't need any logins or passwords. We absolutely do not need this. So here the charges immediately go to Ethereum wallet or to the cabinet. Yes, they go directly to the wallet. The idea of the platform is that the money does not accumulate somewhere centrally. The website displays only statistics. It does not work with such a tablet. We look at the money is already in my wallet. The money came to my wallet. The website displayed that the money was earned. I went in. Here is $103,000. I have 6 personal invitees. Everything is not as simple here as it looks. In fact, if we click on any participant, any cabinet, there is a good information content. We can look into it by levels. What level what is, and so on. There is a statistical panel where you can see who the transactions are from. In principle, everything is shown here. You can see the technological effectiveness. Here you can even change the interface. But I still like the light interface. You can see the statistics, how many partners are in the structure. I've joined such a very serious team, despite the fact that it's from the product business, food companies. The guys flew either in one project where the line is live. The American project was very promising, but now everything has fallen. It expected most investment projects. Of course, there are exceptions. I'm always for the fact that you need to use any tool correctly, investment as well as marketing.
И смотрите,
So,
в чём-
see
в чём
what the
ещё
trick
клеща?
is.
В чём ещё
We
клещ?
are talking
Мы
about the fact
с вами
that we
разговариваем
may
о том, что
encounter those
да,
objections.
можем
Oh,
сталкиваться с
this
таким
is a
возражением.
matrix.
О,
Oh,
это
this is not
матрица.
as serious,
О,
and
это
so on.
несерьезно. О,
I
сейчас
think
вот
that
лидеры
the
бросятся друг
arguments
друг
are
друга пройдут и так
widely,
далее.
and
Вот.
we need to
Обычно, я
understand
думаю,
and
вы начали с
study
темы. Дальше
how
надо
this
разбираться и
works
изучать,
in
как это всё
details.
работает детально.
What I usually say
Я,
is,
знаете, могу
if you're
сказать, что, как
criticizing,
говорится,
please
критикуешь
offer
ведь нога.
something. Where can I get the financial
Те,
resource
ресурс
for
финансовый на
investment? For
инвестицию.
example, as a mother on
Например,
maternity
мать в
leave.
декрете.
So about the offer, here is at our Solidary Club. Let's say now we have the project we visited 2-3 weeks ago, Mao Life. It is built on the our robust cryptocurrency. I like this concept more. There is a matrix and there is a passive income from post mining of the our robust itself. So I know that the person I invited, even if he didn't manage to invite anyone, will still be accrued passive income from this post mining. It means that is the combination of the matrix plus the post mining of the coin itself. In my opinion, it's a cool idea. By the way, Vitalik Buterin seems to have structured that they want to translate the broadcast for post mining. I don't know. Is he actually planning to do this? You know, I didn't call him yesterday. I don't know.
Я уточню.
Well, listen, everyone has his own taste. In fact, here is marketing. I have 20 people under me. They don't maybe get enough money. Really, there is not enough according to referral link. There is already a smart contract, authority. There are always pros and cons. In investment, there are also a bunch of minuses, but there are pluses as well. Come on, guys, let's make money all together. And we would receive money in the different places, here, there, and there will be some bits for the mining as well. This is cool. So this is the future, you know. This is post-mining, and it's very cool and it's very promising. But this is a little bit different. So this 100%, it will be straight away in the network. And for the post-mining, you will have to buy an extra investment. In my opinion, it's impossible to compare these two projects because the one is decentralized and another one is decentralized. You're right, two totally, completely different things. There are more new cryptocurrencies appears, but they can drop eventually 2-3 times. But Ethereum is more popular and more stable. There is a smart contract, the authority. As for me, it's useless to compare it. It's better to have all the mechanisms, especially since we turned this project into a passive income for all our members. What interests me more is now the technical side of the marketing, because especially our matrix specialists who will watch this video in Solidar Club, I don't know. We have another specialist, Ilya. We still have Lado. I don't know who else will join. Ilya, what does the figure Forsage 3 and Forsage 3 and 4, what does it mean? These are two marketing plans that I talked about. Forsage X3 is a triple matrix and Forsage X4 is a six-place matrix. They work in tandem. No, I understand that. Why exactly 4? What is the meaning of the figure? Okay. Like, if your matrix is the sixth place, why is it called X4? Probably 6 sounds cooler than 4. Yeah, they call it always the developers because the money go to the wallet from 3 people and then from 4 people. At first, it went that way. It is multiplied by 3 and then by 4. We called it way because of the profitability, because the first line in the X4 matrix is actually a higher income. We count the income that goes to our wallet, including reinvest. So again, what is the technique? Everything is happening initially so the beginner can figure it out. A transaction is being made to the contract address. However, in order to make it correctly, it is better to do it through this website. It will form a payment form with a trust wallet, then confirm the transaction. After the transaction has passed, your account automatically appears. Here you find yourself in such an interface, and then build your team using the partner link without forgetting. I suggest to show it online the next time so that everyone can clearly understand and explain how it looks on. Yes, it's very simple. Just need to do it once. Just exactly same with any other cryptocurrency or investment. Investment usually takes to buy some perfect money or out of cash. It's quite easy. It's not a big deal. You just need a desire to do this. And in conclusion, as for crypto hands, so to speak, the progenitor of marketing platform, the smart contract, taking into account all the disadvantages of all the marketing plan. I know one person. I personally know him. He still works on this marketing despite the fact that he has debts of 20, 30,000, 50,000 he threw off the screen. In his case, this is how it works. He does not receive anything. So he signed and he throws down, signed and throws down, and so on. He throws down, he already had an income of $40,000. Due to the fact very slow, all his slowly actions sadly goes to his success. Just try to pull him somewhere. He's so ideological. I mean, guys, at crypto hands also make money, but here, if he came here, better if you hear this, please write to me. Is crypto hands also built on a smart contract? Yeah, of course. It's set a precedent. Marketing is not so good, but guys, they're not networkers and made some mistakes in the calculations. I suggested them to create this model they didn't want. He created another binary. In general, he didn't win, but the guy did it. Despite the fact that he explained to me those developments of crypto hands, that is impossible to create exactly matrix marketing on a smart contract due to the solution of gas. It is some moment. Well, this is the question of Tugleb. How we solve these problems? He rocks. Nice work. In any case, we're grateful for them for the fact they were first guys who opened a new niche for safe working online, because before them it was not like that. I respect them very much for this and will always be grateful. Yes, indeed. Thanks for the guys. They even pointed out our mistakes when we first made our steps. We also helped them in return. We did not have any kind of competition. On the contrary, we developed the area despite the fact that interests overlapped a bit. Competition is competition, but still we are changing the world so that people earn money honestly, efficiently, and transparently. So people no longer sell houses and cars, losing them in investment projects. I also would like to add something about someone who wants the hype, someone runs on project. You know, in fact, the audience is divided into two different interests. Some people are interested in one thing, another has a very significant audience. It seems to me is much more promising that just the same does not want to run around the project. It will just be hate when you offer something else, something new. And it's positively only when you're bending 1 month after month, year by year. I know a lot of people who have been in the same project for years. My mom is working in MLM. She has a great experience. She joined B3 a year ago, maybe, such a matrix, and she connected to Forsage. But she has all the attention in her B3. I tell her, look, how much you could earn, but she got used to this platform and her whole structure. It bends one line, and here just it attracts a lot of people who just like in the most. As for those who run from project to project, one can also understand here because the first project before Forsage precedent appeared, in general, the idea was that smart contract is cool, is great, but there you must seize the moment rather in make money quickly, and then you look something else new. Because otherwise, you simply will not create a constant income for yourself, and you will teach your partners to do the same. Forsage creates a completely different precedent. Something similar happens sometimes. Such projects appear to say that we have at least come close to the potential that we can reveal here. We are still very far from that. How long does crypto hands exist? They appeared in April. Correct me if I'm mistaken. A year ago, right? Yes, and Million Money appeared in August, didn't it? In late August, even closer to the middle of it. And look, Crypto Hands has been working a little over a year, and how's the situation now? Look, with all this, despite the fact that Crypto Hands and Million Money are still, with all due respect, with all the projects in which you can earn money at first, marketing is not so well organized there. Then you have periods of downtime, and there are lots of other problems with that marketing. Just before Forsage, no one could cope with the marketing code itself, and it's a Forsage that is the first moment. Of course, this is one of the nuances. Therefore, in addition, I'll add one more thing to this score. We'll even have banners and have a huge numbers of people who write to me constantly every day. We are tired of scam. We are tired of constantly losing there. We are tired of sickness by these investment projects. Therefore, a huge part of the audience, which will be disappointed several times, will come to us later. And in fact, we are pulling from investment projects and will pull a huge numbers of people. What banners are you talking about? We even have the banners with the tired of scams sign, something like that. So that is a paid advertisement, correct? Yeah, I'm just saying that it works constantly with us. It's not only us, there are banners. I know many of the team who use something like this on this topic. Purchase funnel work, write whole funnels that are aimed to edit. Tired of scam, here's the solution. Therefore, this objection, in my opinion, is not about anything in this case because the potential is not comparable. There is nothing to compare here because at the moment, I think in Forsage is only a warm-up, and we'll definitely have many partners that will become millionaires. Already now, it's clear that everything does not depend on whether you are at the very beginning or very late. Anyone can earn more than creators. The idea was originally to create an opportunity that anyone can use no matter who they are and where they came from. It's just that if you came earlier, you had more time to do this. It will work for a long time, especially since we have further development. This roadmap we're talking about is going to create a lot of things around the community. And by the way, many projects have already been tested, so less interesting, but nevertheless, that the starter just say creates residual passive income. I mean, real passive income. This is the one you need to work on first, and then you'll have the boss stably and for a long time. It works very well when everything is packed and everything is being prepared for us now. So the people can understand when they go to Forsage, people get that system, they will have all the excuses. They won't get excuses just why nothing sometimes doesn't work. It doesn't work out, it means you didn't do anything. Here you have to it. Click here, do it. Everything will be very clearly packed. And to develop, of course, it will be constantly because it requires a constant training and updating. And under packaging, I didn't understand what is missing now. What else do you want to add? Is something missing now? We'll always add something new in terms of development, in terms of we're not preparing a school. It will be in the near future, and a funnel is being prepared. A whole system under the funnel. Firstly, a person comes accordingly to the system, and the person can immediately receive a ready-made funnel, which he will make for himself and trading on how to continue working with this. What to do next?
Соответственно.
Okay, it is clear, Vitaly. In the meantime, I created chat, and now I'm throwing it away into our chat for those who would like to create a passive income for themselves in the active Forsage project. Why passive income? Because people will be registered in our team through a common referral link, Solidar Club. So we turn this business into passive income at the suggestion of Andrei Zharikov. Well, then what? Let's ask questions. Maybe someone else, but Andrei has questions. Andrei has questions, but anyone else have? Please raise your hand. Also, I have another question. As far as I remember, a smart contract can be considered real, full-fledged, and it was audited so that user can make sure the creator of the smart contract did not leave any loopholes, backdoors, and so on. Well, look, our smart contract has already processed more than 500,000 transactions during this time. I think any loopholes of any kind would have appeared a long time ago. So I'm sure that this code has been tested more than a dozen times by programmers, and not once has this topic been raised. Is the code open? Yeah, we also have the official audit. We have an open code. This, by the way, is very important. Anyone can read it. In fact, we have an official audit, but when you give an audit on behalf of the project, it's kind of custom-made. Everyone who wants to check can be convinced, indeed, of this all can absolutely do it. Everything is open. Everything is verified. I'll add a bit to what Gleb is saying. For those who don't understand, there is a figure, Gleb, I don't remember, 350,000 maybe, I don't remember. The number of the transactions after that is absolutely clear that there can be no further errors. There is a certain critical figure that has now been verified. In addition, it is already known in practice of other contracts that the best audit is a competitor, and the competitors become more and more envious. Therefore, if there's at least something there, they would be have a long time ago shouted for the entire internet. Well, yeah, Forsage has become a people's project because we can hear more and more recalls from people. They call it our Forsage. They think this way. It can be seen in advertisement posts and everywhere. Yes, I really recommend you to pay attention here for those who want to connect to Forsage, because that's what attracts people. This is why so many people lead up and they perceive it as a community, as an idea that the concept of crowdfunding strongly went well. This is what we will continue, the direction to develop, that crowdfunding is like mutual assistance, and many people like to work with this approach much more. Despite the fact that the idea is exactly where you will earn a lot of money, no one has cancelled it. Okay, that's clear. So, Vitaly, do we still have any speakers today? So let's ask, because according to my data, no one else has signed. Unless if someone has signed, we would willingly raise his hand and say. Or if someone want to make an announcement of the event, this can also be done. Once again, I threw off the link to the chat. There are curators, and this area will give more information, go to this chat. I think that the right after tomorrow, we will have a meeting where we can just show how everything works, activation of my account and etc. This can be done live, or someone from the participants who will go into the first 5 and see how everything works.
Можно будет сделать в прямом эфире, да, или, может быть, кого-то из участников, кто будет заходить в первой пятерке, и посмотреть, как все работает. Так.
Well, when we will do this, what time? Of course, I'll publish on the channel. I also dropped a link to the channel where all the insiders and urgent news are published. And we will report this. I think tomorrow we can do all this in the middle of the day. We'll have a meeting, let's say, indicate what time it is. I think around lunchtime, maybe at 15, we should have held this meeting in Forsage specifically. Registration, technical questions, answer, etc. And registration, perhaps application from leaders who want to become the top 5, or further will be distributed under each of these 5 participants. Applications can be submitted to me personally in private messages who would like to take a place in Forsage, and we will launch an advertising campaign with Forsage company, because in fact I realized that a large advertising company is being prepared. Correct?
Рекламную кампанию вместе с командой Форсажа, потому что на самом деле, я так понял, готовится большая рекламная кампания, да?
Yes, the campaign and packaging, content filling, improvements of all we have today. Guys, there is such a program as if in a month you will see the most probably high quality packaging that has ever been made in history. You know, of course, the decentralization was the thing that worked. It was originally aimed at the absence of greed. We were all fascinated by idea of decentralization before the beginning of Forsage. We're looking for something like that. There was no goal in itself to create a project, but we realized that no one else would create it except for us. And this topic of lack of greed, because often project marketing contains from this, it was possible to make a centralized loot connection, or other marketers always come up with, to be honest, to call a loot connection, Forsage is not a loot connection, and people feel it because people see it and it catches it. When everything revolves around decentralization, respectively, people see this attitude. Therefore, people are attracted very much. Therefore, people are masses. How many? 6.5 thousand people a day joining us today. Constant growth of numbers of people. Not only the general growth, but also growing in dynamics.